Good morning, students. In my previous video, I started the topic that is open-end series and open-end frequency. What is open-end distribution or frequency? In a frequency distribution, if the lower limit of the first class and upper limit of the last class is not given, it is known as open-end distribution. Okay. And in this series, the place of lower limit of first class word like below or less than are written, and in the last class, in place of upper limit words like over and above or more than are written. Suppose, for example, again I am giving an example, like suppose this type of table where in one column marks and in number of student. In open-end series, the table will be like this, like lower limit, in place of lower limit, below or less than word will be written. Suppose below 20, then 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, and suppose 40 to 50, and one last in place of upper limit, last class above word will be written. If such kind of series, then that kind of series is known as open-end series. Okay. Now today I will discuss, if you have open-end series, then how this open up series converted into continuous series. Topic is conversion of open-end series into a continuous series. If you have this kind of series, because here these kind of series, the calculation would not be easy. So it is first thing you have to do is convert this open-end series into continuous series. Okay, so how can the open-end series converted into continuous series? That here I will discuss the phase. Case 1. Suppose there may be two cases. Case 1. Uniform class widths. Uniform class widths of known class interval. If the given class interval except first and last class interval are uniform, means the class interval here is difference between lower and upper limit. What is class interval? Class interval is the difference between lower and upper limit. Here you can see there is 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. In this class interval is 10, here class interval is 10, here class interval is 10. That is the case 1 where uniform class widths is known class interval. Okay, interval, and here these are uniform. Then we can assume that, then how will it convert? If you have a uniform class interval is given, then how this table can be converted into continuous series? So what will we do? We can assume that the magnitude of first class interval and last class interval is the same as that of other class interval. You can see the class interval from first to last is constant. Means here class interval is 10, here class interval is 10, here class interval is 10. Then on the basis of assumption, we can make convert this open-end series into continuous series. This series can be converted into continuous series like this. Suppose I make a separate table, that would be easy. Okay, like classes and frequency. You have this classes and frequency. Again, less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and above 40. And frequency, assume here suppose 12, 15, 4, 16, 3. you have this table of open-end series. In this example, the class interval of that is first, then second, third, fourth classes are uniform. That means 10. It is the class interval. Here I am writing is class interval of second, third, fourth classes are uniform. That is 10. We can therefore assume that class interval of open-end classes are equal to 10, because it is second, third and fourth classes, then class interval is 10. So we can assume that class interval of open-end classes are equal to 10. It means that lower limit of first class interval is here 10. The lower, what would be the lower limit? Then lower limit of class interval is lower limit of first class interval is 10 up, already 10 minus 10, that would be 0. And the upper limit of the class interval is, because we have already assumed that class interval of open class interval are equal to 10. We have assumed that in every class, second, third and fourth class interval, the class interval is 10. So on the basis of assumption, we will find the lower limit of first class interval and upper limit of class interval, while keeping in the mind the class interval is 10. So lower limit of first class interval is 10 minus 10, that would be 0. And next is upper limit of last class interval. Upper limit of the last class is already given. Upper limit, that is we have to find upper limit, then 40, that is lower limit here, plus 10, because 10 is the class interval of every class over here. So that would be 50. So if you have to convert this data into continuous range, how will we convert? Simply 0 to 10, because we have find lower limit of first class interval. Here 0 will be the lower limit, 10 will be the upper limit, then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and above 40 means 40 here is the lower limit, and we have to find the upper limit of last class, that would be 50, because we have assumed 10 would be the class interval of every class. So that through this kind you can convert open-end series into continuous series if the class interval is constant. Sometimes in some table where class interval is not constant, that would be case 2. Here case 1 that I discussed, that is uniform class weights. Uniformity in class weights means everywhere the class interval is 10. Okay, class weights is also known as class interval. Here uniformity in class interval. Sometimes in case 2 that I will discuss, that sometimes the class interval is not uniform. In that case, how open-end series convert into continuous series. Now student, case 2. Case 1 I already discussed. In case 1, uniform class widths of known class interval. If the class intervals except the first and last class interval are uniform, then in that case we can assume that the magnitude of first class interval and that of last class interval is the same. Okay, now case 2. Suppose case 2, there is a difference between case 1 and case 2 in terms of trends. You have to see trends here. Uniform trends of class widths is known as class widths of known class interval. If the given class interval except first and last class interval are showing a uniform trend, I will explain here with example. Then we can determine the lower limit of first class and upper limit of last class after adjusting with the trend. After adjusting with the trend, we have to see the trend of data. If the trend of data is again showing constant changes, then we can find out lower limit and upper limit. Okay, I am explaining it with the example, like we have this open end table like classes and frequency less than 10, 10 to 20, sorry 10 to 30, okay, 30 to 60, 60 to 100. You can see here is not constant class interval in every class, okay, and above 100, suppose that would be 10, then 7, then 6, then 9, then suppose 8, total is 40, okay, that is total frequency. Now come to the point, that is the table of open end series, where you can see the class interval of 10 to 30 is 20, 30 to 60 is 30, 60 to 100 is 40, and above 100 you have to find out upper limit of this class and find out lower limit of this class. Okay, then that series can be converted into continuous series. Then how can we do this? Again, you can see in second class interval the width is 20, here width is 20. I am writing over here, means the difference between lower and upper limit, that is 20 here, that is width is 30, there here is 40. You can see the constant change in the trend, here 20, then 30, then 40. Okay, it means that width is rising by 10. So on this assumption, the magnitude of first class shall be 10 and the last class would be 15, because you can see the trend constant the rising in the widths. In second, 20, third, 30, fourth, 40 rises by 10. So it is on the basis of assumption we can say the next here that also be that should also rise by 10, and here also less than 10. Okay, so what is the lower limit and lower limit of first class and upper limit of last class? Okay, so the magnet we can, I'm writing over lower limit of the first class interval. Ten minus 10 should be 0, means yeah, it should be 0 to 10, and then upper limit of the last class should be, as I said, that should be 50. So here lower limit is given 100, then what would be the upper limit? That should there should be addition of 50, then that would be 150. Okay, so we can say lower limit of first class is 0, means you can write this like this: 0 to 10, then 10 to 30, then 30 to 60, 60 to 100, and 100 to 150. So this open end series can be converted like this. You have to find according to the change in the trend. Okay, here trend is changing in the class width is constant. In first difference is 20, then 30, then 40. On the basis of assumption we can assume that next should be 50, and you have to find the upper limit here. So the lower limit is already given, that is 100, and the upper limit 50 should be added here. Likewise here it should be 10 here. Okay, So 10, so here we have to find lower limit, so that would be 0 to 10. Okay, now that is case 2. I have discussed case 1 and case 2. Case 1, when if class interval are uniform, then we can assume the magnitude of last class interval and that of last class interval is the same as that of other classes. And here is the case 2. Case 2, in a class, here the class interval except first and last class interval are showing uniform trends. Here uniform trends means changes, width is rising with constant rate. Okay, then we can determine the lower limit and or lower limit of first class and upper limit of last class after adjusting it with the trend. According to trend, we will find lower class limit and upper class limit of last class. Okay, now next, one more case can be like, suppose here I'll discuss here case 3. Now for to case 3, different class widths of known class interval. Different class widths of known class interval. Okay, that there may be a table where class different class widths where there will be no constant changes. Trend is, we cannot find the trends, and there is vague table is shown. Then that situation, how can we convert open series into continuous series? Student, in that case, if class interval are of different widths, then the lower limit of the first class and upper limit of last class cannot be determined. Here in that case, you cannot determine what would be the lower limit and what would first class and what would be the upper limit of last class. Suppose we have a table like this, classes and frequency. Suppose here less than 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 60, and 60 to 80, 80 to 85, and above 85. Here frequency is given, suppose 12. All these are hypothetical. 4, 11, 5, 3, 250. Okay. Then here you can see there is less than 10. Okay, in you can see that class widths 20, difference between lower and upper limit. Here that is 30 to 60, that is 30. Okay, here again 20, here is 5. So in that situation, lower limit of first class interval and upper limit of class interval cannot be determined, because this in this table the class interval are of different widths. Therefore, the lower limit of first class and the upper limit of last class cannot be determined. You cannot determine, we cannot convert this open-end series into continuous series. So student, I discussed 3 cases of open-ended series where you have to find lower limit of first class interval and upper limit of last class interval, and these I discussed the method through which this open-end series can be converted into continuous series in different situations and in different cases. So student, these are the conversion of open series into continuous series. In my next video, I will discuss about, that is, types of continuous series. I'm discussing over here the types of continuous series, in which I discuss exclusive series, inclusive series. Now open end series, one next video I will discuss, that is also very important, that is fourth one, that is cumulative frequency series. Okay, cumulative frequency series, and there are two type of cumulative frequency series, that is less than cumulative frequency distribution and more than cumulative frequency distribution, that I will discuss in my next video.